Friends, whatever may be our GDP, world ranking, or we are likely to be the superpower of or the best of the economy in the world. One thing is sure, that we can be persuaded on the basis of religion, caste, or creed. And the agents of this are spread everywhere. I mean, apart from the honorable and respected politicians, they are present at every place. We don't have the dearth of sadhus, babas, tantrics, and all these kind of people. So this video, no attempt has been made, mark it well, no attempt has been made to spread or promote any kind of a blind belief, what is generally called or generally termed as Andhashraddha. Okay, then the question is, why am I talking about this? The reason is that we are talking about the speech of Antony has given after Brutus. This speech by Antony is a remarkable piece of art of persuasion in public. In most of the exceptional management universities, schools, this piece of art is always referred to as a good piece. It is emotionally bound to achieve the desired end. And what is this speech and what is the significance of this speech? Friends, among all the plays of William Shakespeare, this particular play, Julius Caesar, hinges upon the good rhetoric Shakespeare has used. Shakespeare has used the language most strikingly. His command over the language can be seen prominently in this particular play. Antony's speech is best example of this kind. The rhetoric irony William Shakespeare uses or used in these opening lines of this speech strikes the chord and exactly the proper chord. This speech is a thematic synopsis of this play. Of course, the speeches given by Brutus and Antony are the most important part of the play. The final outcome, as we say nowadays in politics and marketing even, the output is very important, no matter what you do and what you don't do. Finally, what is the result is the very important one. If it is there, your significance is recorded. Brutus' speech, no doubt, becomes a good example of justifications he has given and the explanations that he has given. Brutus tells the Romans and the gathering the noble cause of killing Julius Caesar. People believed his words. They found the logical end in that particular speech. Brutus said, the honor and the dignity showed by Caesar was merely a kind of a natak, a drama which people have not understood properly. He even says, I love Caesar, no doubt, I love Caesar, but love Rome more than the Caesar. Caesar is like a serpent, not in the poisonette, but in the coming days he will be fully grown serpent with full of poison. It is not the liberty the people wanted, but the Romans wanted a powerful leader. We listen to all these kind of things. भैंस बकरी थोड़ी ही पालते हैं सब, हम तो बाघ पालते हैं, बाघ पालना है तो खर्चा तो उठाना ही पड़ेगा ना साहब. This kind of a justification, it is always said in Indian politics scenario. We often listen to Antony's speeches, no doubt, is an example of a great rhetoric and verbal irony. In speech, Antony stresses on two important points. First one is, he stresses ironically that the good deeds of the people die. Mark it. Good deeds of the people die along with them. Nobody remembers. Nobody remembers them, and he goes on narrating what are the good things Caesar has done in his life. Ironically, he calls Brutus and his company or his associates the gentlemen and the honorable men. He makes all the gathering to think critically about them, about their action, whatever the action they have taken, killing of Julius Caesar. He undermines his own argument that Caesar was an ambitious man and holds a kind of a suspense about his will. People desperately want to know what he has written in his will, and after realizing that, they understand how they were fooled by Brutus and his company. This is where the public opinion about them starts going against them. This is what exactly Antonio wanted to happen, and he sees it happening before his eyes, or we can say before his own eyes. A response to his speech, he tells the plebeians, means the whole gathering, he tells the plebeians how Caesar brought the captives to his homeland. He adds that Caesar always sympathized the poor people. When he saw that the poor have cried, Caesar really wept. He fails not to mention even that the recent happening of offering Caesar the kingship crown thrice, and all these times, means 3 times, Caesar denied it, saying, I don't want it. He asks rhetorical question, rather ironically, is it a sign of being ambitious? From time to time, he says that he has not come. He has not come to disapprove Brutus' words because they all are honorable men. This sarcastic tone hits the right chord in the gathering, or Antony reminds the people that how much they loved Caesar. This particular play, Julius Caesar, of love and longingness, plays with the public. They are confused and finally agree. Caesar was right and Brutus wrong. At a moment, Antony stops to weep, but he refuses even. This moment, all the gathering was very much moved. They are touched very widely, not wildly. He catches the emotional moment and says, he can stir them to mutiny. Mark it well. He can, means Antonio, can stir them to the mutiny and rebellion too. But he desires of not anything of that kind, because they all are honorable men. Brutus and his company. These often spoken ironic words really work well with the public. They are now openly calling Brutus and his associates and his company the traitors. That way, it was a great victory for Antony. It was a seed of a civil war in Rome that we see later on. Antony tells plebeians that he is not a great orator like that of Brutus, and he is plain man. He says he will keep his mouth shut and let the wounds of Caesar itself speak to his people. At this moment, people want to know. They want to know the contents of the will of Caesar. The will was not of any false promises. We Indians know. Nor it was a kind of, we have coined a new word, political jumla of any kind. It was really genuine one. After listening to the will of Caesar, plebeians really decide to drive away the assassinations out of Rome. Antony's speech is really the best example of what words with the good intention can do it. It raises the country against the traitors. Both the speeches of Brutus and Antony can stir the emotions of the people. They can stir the emotions of people. Brutus had his point, convincing the people, convincing the plebeians how Caesar was an ambitious man. Though he was not a harm at a present moment, he would be tyrant in the days to come. All his denial to accept the king's crown was a kind of a political move he had very smartly moved. Rome would not save itself from this greedy mouth. On the contrary, Antony's speech was a rhetorical tour de force. Antony highlights one point that Brutus and his men, I mean the assassinators, were honorable men. He said it with sarcasm. By now you understood. He said it repeatedly. He played with the psyche of the plebeians, of the gatherings. He reminded the Romans how much wealth Caesar had brought to the Rome. He reminded them that they had the equal share in that wealth. He talked of how Roman Empire spread in the times of Caesar. All these facts and with the figures had a great impact on the mind of the people that led them to think critically about the assassination of Julius Caesar. Antony used a kind of rhetorical device that can be called, or that is called a praeteritio. I am not able to pronounce it, praeteritio, in which one mentions the thing claiming not to mention it. Like if someone asks you, खाना खाओगे क्या? You say, भूख तो जोरों की लगी है भाई, लेकिन रहने दो. क्या समझे भाई? क्या समझे? खाना देना है कि नहीं देना है? जाने दो. Did you notice? At a certain point, he comes down from the stage or the pulpit and mixes with the people, with the public. His effort was to become a part of public, one among them. Part of public, one among them, this creates a different kind of a dimension altogether, in which he can be a part of people and say something to them. As long you distance from the public, you can be close only to the fools. You are close to you for their own benefit. If you really care for them, think about their well-being, mix with them. Antony does this and actually makes the crowd ready for the mutiny. That was in his mind. Actually, he does not force anything upon them. Antonio was successful in raising people against Brutus and the conspirators. People forget their sympathy towards Brutus and bend upon driving them out of the Rome, out of that country. Friends, Mark Antony's speech, as said earlier, is a master class of irony. Said one thing, but the implications are different. Antony actually did not mention anything directly. What he intended, he saw that the happening because again it is ironical to say that I am not a great orator. But actually he turns out to be a great orator. Inwardly he knew that the conspirators had done something heinous, but as the forces seemed not in favor of, he waited the wind to blow in his direction. We know one dialogue in a film, Sholay. You must have seen. Loha garam hai, maar do hatoda. He hit the cord at the right moment and saw that the things happen in his favor. Even today, at this particular moment, this speech is referred to how a speech could be. It is unlike many political speeches in which half of the time is wasted to address the people, I mean the important people on the stage. This is what we see all the time happening. Anyways, everybody has its own style, but speech is a very powerful one. One goes by it, you can develop your own style and win the world. I am asking you, do you know the great names who are known for their great oratory? Try to know it and let me also know something more and you put all that in comment section. क्या यार आप कमेंट ही नहीं करते हैं, सिर्फ देखते हैं? करो ना यार, अच्छा या तो फिर बुरा, लेकिन ऐसे ही मस्ती नहीं करने का. लव यू, टेक केयर, गॉड ब्लेस यू, थैंक यू वेरी मच.